There was a chess champion who went around the world playing this game. Renowned man. He took a vacation. On this vacation, he went to Europe and went to an art gallery. Went inside the art gallery and saw a particular portrait. This man stared at this portrait for at least an hour. After looking at this portrait for an hour, the proprietor of this institution walked in and was amazed that this man could look at this portrait for almost an hour. Now it's going on at least 2 hours, and he's still looking at this portrait. At the top of the painting, it read, "Another soul he just won." He was looking at a chess game. On one side was Satan. Satan had a grin on his face as wide as the Mississippi. Satan had a piece in his hand and was about to put it in a strategic spot. In the middle was a chessboard. On the other side was a young man who was sweating, the young man who was crying, the young man was trembling. This chess champion began to look at this painting, look at this picture, and he was puzzled on what's going on. So as he began to study the board, looked at the board, he pulled out his iPhone. And on his iPhone, he had an application of a chessboard. He placed every piece on his iPhone that was on the portrait. And then as he looked at it, 3 hours have passed, and to his amazement, he saw where the young man had one more move. He looked and said, "Sir, I know you're painting. You can't hear what I'm saying, but if you could hear what I'm saying, I'm here to tell you you have one more move. I don't know your situation. You're out there. I don't know who you are. You have so many colors that have been painted in your life, but I'm here to tell you you have one more move. It looks like the devil won." But he looked at him and he began to just speak in his spirit. He said, "It just looked like the enemy has won." He told him, "It just looks like that. It looks like he's about to destroy your marriage. It looks like he's about to bring you down financially. It looks like he's about to take your child. It looks like he's about to take everything from you. But you have one more move." And it's some of us, as we live in this world today, understand that you have another move in life. I came down here from Houston, Texas to let you know that you have one more move. You're about to give up, and God sent me here to tell you, what's your next move? God has been moving since the dawn of time. God created angels. As he created angels, the Bible says one of the angels that he created was a beautiful angel named Lucifer. Lucifer came up. The Bible said that he moved inside of the mind of 1/3 of the angel population. He convinced and moved them into convincing them that he should be praised. He was worthy. He convinced them to follow him. And when he moved, God counter-moved and kicked him out of heaven. He landed on earth in a garden called Eden. Walk with me. He moved inside of a snake. Walk with me. He moved inside of a snake, and as he moved in the snake, the Bible said that God made man, Adam. Out of Adam, he made Eve. He had the first family. And now the snake moved and convinced them to fall. When they fell, God counter-moved and slayed an animal. Without the shedding of blood, there's no redemption of sin. He killed an animal and covered him. After God counter-moved, the Bible lets us know that Satan moved into the mind of the offspring named Cain. Moved into Cain, and Cain killed Abel. Cain killed Abel trying to cut off the bloodline, but God counter-moved and moved into a man named Seth. God moved into Seth to keep the line going. The Bible says as Zeph came into the picture, that Satan moved in once again. He moved into the mind of a man named Nimrod. Nimrod now is starting to build his kingdom, building one nation without God. He began to build his nation, a Tower of Babel, building it up. He said, there's nothing that I can do if I just build this nation. God said, oh yeah, he counter-moved. God counter-moved and called the man out of a land called Ur. He called him Abraham. You're going to build a nation under God. You're going to build a nation that my people will love me. And the Bible says that Satan moved once again into the mind of Pharaoh. He moved into Pharaoh, and Pharaoh, there came a time that Pharaoh did not know Joseph nor his people, and for 400 years they bondaged God's people, and God was burning mad. He was so burning mad that he counter-moved, went on the backside of a Midian mountain. God counter-moved and found himself inside of a burning bush. As he was in the bush, he began to speak out of the bush, and a man named Moses heard him speak, came closer. The Bible said he told him, go down to Pharaoh and tell him to let my people go. And it went on, and it went on, and Malachi tells us at the end of Malachi, not a word was being preached. Nothing. God wasn't saying anything, and we're wondering what's going on. It is though God and Satan is sitting down at the chessboard of life, not even making a move.